Hey, what's going on? Skid Gore back again with another video. Just gonna continue on with C's, so let's get to it. First up, I have The Countess. This is from IFC Films, so you know you're probably gonna get a good product. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's a good telling of the Elizabeth Bathory story, done in an honest way. It doesn't really glorify the violence. It more or less tells the story about how she became who she became. And I actually enjoyed The Countess. It stars Julia Delpy. Dolpy? Bad with names. But she was also an American Werewolf in Paris, which wasn't the greatest film, but her performance was pretty good in that. She's a good actress. I enjoyed The Countess. Check it out. I'd recommend that. Up next, we have... I forget the year on this, but Chain Letter. Brad Dourif is in this, so that's definitely worth seeing it. You know, anything with him, the dude's amazing. But Chain Letter, I'd have to probably rewatch this. It's been a while since I've gotten it. But I think I remember liking it. And up next we have Chronicle of the Raven. This is pretty cool. Good Edgar Allan Poe telling, you know. But the best part about it is Gina Phillips of Jeepers Creepers fame is in this movie. And I've always been a huge fan of hers. Good actress, good on the eyes. She's cool. Chronicle of the Raven, I would check that one out. If you're a fan of Edgar Allan Poe. Jennifer Lynch's Chained. I've been hearing some pretty good things about this one, but I actually have never seen it, so I will check it out ASAP. But Chained, that looks kind of cool. Crawl from Bloody Disgusting selects. I don't know if I saw this one either. Sounds a little familiar. Looks brutal as hell. Directed by Paul China. Crawl. This one I have seen. The remake of Cape Fear with the mighty Robert De Niro. Oh man. Unbelievable Martin Scorsese film. One of my favorites. Right up there with Goodfellas, I would say. As far as a performance from Robert De Niro. The guy, he's got to be one of my favorite actors, I would say. You know, outside of horror movies, you know, the guy is just amazing. He can do anything from, like, comedy, like, you know, Meet the Parents and stuff, and then he can do something so dark like Cape Fear. Then he can do something so brutal as the Goodfellas. And just, the guy's amazing. Robert De Niro's awesome. And he was, one of my favorite roles of his was Angel Heart, when he plays the devil. That was one of my favorite roles. But Cape Fear, God, man, what can you say? Just an amazing performance. Juliette Lewis is amazing in this. Just all around amazing film. Remake of a classic already, but Scorsese definitely hit the mark. Absolutely. One of my favorite Eli Roth films, Cabin Fever. I think this is mostly a lot of people's favorite when it comes to Eli Roth. I don't mind Eli Roth, actually. I know he gets a lot of hate, but he really is a fan of the genre, and he's really passionate about the horror genre. So, you know, I think that's cool. And, you know, even though he's a more mainstream director, he's really making movies that he wants to make, and I think that's cool, and that's what keeps it real. But Cabin Fever is amazing. Like, he takes elements of, like, The Shining to Evil Dead, and then just mixes it up so much. Even Little Friday the 13th here. Just so many different genres in this one film that you can tell he's a huge horror fan. Yeah, I like it. I like all the actors in it. I thought they were all very good and believable in their respected roles. And the movie about a flesh-eating disease, you know, it's very real. You know, it definitely could happen, and it does happen. And it's based on kind of a real-life occurrence in Eli's life when he was younger. Pretty interesting, but Cabin Fever is great. I loved it. Yep, save that one. We have Chaws. This is like this is kind of like Jaws, but with a boar. You know, Chaws, hence the title. That's kind of funny. From Magnet. I enjoyed this one. It was fun. It was a stupid fun, popcorn fun. You know, Jaws. Good creature feature. Chop. This was a pretty funny one. I'd recommend this one. This one was badass. Condemned. Yeah, this one was really awesome. Just a really dilapidated apartment complex with just like the worst shit you can possibly imagine happens. And people turn on each other, and there's mass disease, and just amazing gore in this movie. Really good story. I would really recommend Condemned. That one actually really impressed me the first time I saw it. So, The Condemned, yeah, definitely, man. That was a good one. Cookers, this was really good. A lot of drug paraphernalia in this film, but it's kind of, it starts off as like a drug movie, but then it kind of gets into a little paranormal like territory, you know, and is it all in the character's mind or not? You know, it's because, you know, they're all fucked up on drugs, you know, so how would you know if anything's, you know, happening or not? But really well done, Cookers. I liked it. I'd recommend that one. Children of the Corn 4, The Gathering. I liked this one. I thought this was one of the better Children of the Corn, later Children of the Corn films. Karen Black is great in it. Crowley. This is written, I believe, by Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, one of my favorite bands. So, what's not to like? I enjoyed it. Very long, confusing at times, but pretty good based on Crowley's life. Crowley's kind of a difficult character to write a movie about because he was very mysterious. But I think Bruce did a pretty good job in Crowley. I enjoyed it. Crawl or Die. I enjoyed this one. Really cool creature feature. Really claustrophobic. I mean, if you're claustrophobic whatsoever, this one will definitely affect you. That was good. Right up there with like The Descent or something, you know. Creep, found footage film. I enjoyed this one. It's pretty good. There's actually a Creep 2 I gotta see. I've never seen that one, but this one I enjoyed. The lead actor, Mark Duplass, I think his name is. Yeah, he was really good. Good as a creep. Literal creep. I really got to upgrade because I love The Curse. And The Curse 2 is great too. Good snake movie. But The Curse, that's just a great film. It's starting to get a little more love now, which I'm glad, because now it has a nice Blu-ray release. But yeah, I got this really cheap 2-pack here. I really should upgrade. This movie I definitely would upgrade because I love The Curse. And The Curse 2 is really cool too. Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice, and Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. I love the second film. I think it's a very well done film, and it continues on very nicely from the first film. And I really think, 3 is alright, I guess. 3 is just kind of fun, but 2 definitely was a great sequel. A nice, solid sequel. Pretty violent, too. Enjoyed it. Come Out in Play. This movie is pretty much a remake of one of my favorite movies called Who Can Kill a Child. It's pretty much a remake of that, kind of brought into modern days. But, you know, it's not as good as Who Can Kill a Child, but I think it's pretty damn good. I actually enjoyed it. I would say, if you're a fan of that first film, then check this one out and compare the two. Like I said, it's kind of brought, you know, more into modern days, but I thought it was pretty good. The Candy Snatchers. This movie was badass. I enjoyed this one. I'm glad it got a nice Blu-ray release now. And this was a really good one. Amazing exploitation classic. I'd highly recommend The Candy Snatchers for sure. We have Cold Prey. I believe this is a Norwegian slasher. I enjoyed this one. Yeah, this one was really good. Really good snow type setting. You can kind of feel the cold in this movie, you know, just the way it was filmed, and the acting's really good. Believable, very believable. Cold Prey for sure. And we have its badass sequel, Cold Prey 2. Kind of like Halloween 2, really. A lot of a hospital type setting, you know, with the killer still trying to, you know, get to her, you know, but definitely the final girl type stuff. Really amazing sequel, Cold Prey 2. I'd highly recommend that one too. Ted V. Michaels, The Corpse Grinders. Oh man, you can have so much fun with Ted V. Michaels films. This is like one of his classic films, man. This is the one that he's kind of known for most. And after you're done watching this movie, you'll never look at cat food quite the same way again. But The Corpse Grinders is great. I love that movie. Crazy Eights, I actually have never seen this. This is from After Dark Horror Fest. It looks pretty damn cool. I'll have to check this one out. Tracy Lords is in it. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Crazy Eights. I'll have to check that one out. Guess I got some movies to watch. The Cottage. Oh, man. I can't talk enough about this one. This one was badass. You got comedy, you got horror, you got suspense. You got it all in this one film. And the first time I saw it, I didn't really know what to expect, but I had a blast watching this one. And I love the way the killer looks. And the comedy is just fucking hilarious. Just a lot of good British humor. Just, you have so much fun in this movie. The Cottage, check it out. If you've never seen The Cottage, I definitely would recommend The Cottage. And the last one I have, I'm going to take a quick drink here. Throat's dry. Cheers, thank you. Okay. And the last one I have is this huge-ass Mamma Jamma box set. The Christopher Lee collection. Yeah. One of my absolute favorite actors of all time, Christopher Lee. Amazing box set from Blue Underground. Let's see here. Yep. We have Circus of Fear. I really enjoyed this one. Christopher Lee, as always, is amazing in anything he does. Claudius Kinski. Can't go wrong with Claudius Kinski either. That guy was crazy, man. Got the Castle of Fu Manchu with Jesse Franco film. I think Christopher Lee and Jesse Franco really hit it off quite well, and they made some pretty damn good movies, like Count Dracula. Yeah, I think they made some pretty damn good movies. The Castle of Fu Manchu. I think Christopher Lee is right up there with Boris Karloff as far as the Fu Manchu films go, for sure. Then we have The Blood of Fu Manchu. I can't tell if this was the first one or the second one. I kind of get these mixed up. But yeah, another Jesse Franco film. Amazing performance. And one of my absolute favorites of this set. This is the one you gotta see. If you see any of these films, this is the one you gotta see. The Bloody Judge. Christopher Lee stars as Judge Jeffries, who is just a ruthless witch hunter. He's right up there with Vincent Price as the Witchfinder General, Matthew Hopkins. I think he's right up there with him. His performance is just spot on. You fucking love to hate him, but you love him at the same time, you know? Kind of one of those type characters. But he really is amazing in this film. Right up there with his performance as the Wicker Man, I would say, you know? Amazing film, The Bloody Judge. So I guess that's it for now. I definitely do have more C's coming in the future. I don't know if I'm ever going to get done with the C's. It's crazy. I'm trying to make these a little shorter so you don't have to sit through a huge-ass video. But I really appreciate you watching and subscribing. And I'll see you when I see you. Skid Gore. Gore forever.